So today I have the latest on the new MacBook Air 2021 release date and price, along with details about the new design and the new Apple Silicon processor, the M2 chipset, and what performance we're expecting to get out of it. So I would say that 2021 for Apple is going to be the year of the Macs. So currently the lowest spec Macs have been upgraded with the new M1 chipset inside for the MacBook Air, the lower spec MacBook Pro, the Mac Mini, and even quite recently the iMac M1 and of course the iPad Pro M1. Today I want to talk about the new 2021 M2 MacBook Air design details, release date and price. According to Apple insider Mark Gurman of Bloomberg, the newly redesigned MacBook Air will either go on sale in the second half of 2021 or early 2022 at the absolute latest. Gurman has a history of releasing deep Apple intel, much of which often turns out to be true. Now, Apple in the last 5 years of history have generally kept its MacBooks to be released at the end of the second half of the year. We have seen released versions of Intel and the Apple Silicon Macs released between October and November over these years. Most commonly, the Macs have been released between the end of October to mid-November time. We're expecting a similar release date window for the MacBook Air 2021 model, and we will firm the exact date closer to the time. But the main point is, end of October, very beginning kind of a middle of November time, we expect to see the new model. So the next thing to talk about is the price, and I want to pause on this because of the leaks we've had about the design changes of the MacBook Air, and then you'll see why I've left the price till after this. Now, I said 2021 is the year of the Macs, and with that will come the year of the redesigned Macs. We're expecting to see redesigned iMacs with larger displays, redesigned 14 and 16 inch MacBook Pros, and of course the MacBook Air. However, if you want more details about those other Apple products and what they will look like and their specs, check out my other videos on this channel and make sure to hit that subscribe button followed by the notification bell to get the latest details. Right now, if you want a new MacBook Air, I would hold out until at least the end of this year with the release schedule I mentioned earlier. The reason why you should hold out for the MacBook Air 2021 over the current MacBook Air with the M1 inside it, it looks like it's going to be a significant design upgrade to the new Air model. As many other leakers have recently said, including John Prosser, a channel favourite leaker, the new MacBook Air could now have colour changes that will look more like the new iMac M1 series. As the 24-inch iMac and the MacBook Air are more designed for consumer Mac users, not the Pro models, it is likely that Apple could replicate this colour change onto the MacBook Air line, and we could get a similar MacBook Air concept that you're seeing in this video, with an M2 chipset inside it. Apart from the colours, we can also see that the border around the screen will also be changed to white like the iMac M1. There are also other changes coming as well. Apart from MagSafe charging that is reportedly being reintroduced to the entire MacBook lineup, what I'll talk about in a moment, the 2021 Air has been reported that it will be lighter as well. The current MacBook Air weighs in at 2.8 pounds, but right now, for example, several other Windows laptops, what are basically the same size, weigh only about 2.6 pounds, like the Dell XPS 13. The MacBook Air continues to feature a chunky border around its displays, something that a lot of similar priced Ultrabooks do not have and almost have bezel-less. But the good news, Bloomberg reports that Apple will be making the Air smaller by shrinking the borders around the actual screen. For keen Apple fans hoping for a 15-inch model of the 2021 MacBook Air, there's bad news. According to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, a 15-inch model has been considered, but those plans have been put on the back burner, at least for now. So one of the other big changes to the design of the MacBook Air is that revival of MagSafe. MagSafe charging was seen as a defining feature, one that separated Apple's from PCs. Unfortunately, Apple removed the MagSafe following fire safety concerns, and it switched to a USB Type-C when they first changed the charger for this in the 2015 MacBook. Rumour is that Apple is bringing MagSafe back to its laptops, and we strongly believe it will be in the redesigned MacBook Air 2021 model as well. It's likely that users will be able to charge with both MagSafe and USB Type-C charging as well. Many other Windows laptops have this ability. Under the hood of this MacBook Air will be a brand new Apple Silicon chipset. Last year, Apple introduced its new M1 chip to the MacBook Air. We were stunned at the level of performance Apple's new ARM-based chip provided. The CPU element is faster than the fastest current 16-inch MacBook Pro with an Intel i9 inside it, yet being it's just the most basic MacBook Apple makes right now. Later on this year, we're expecting an M2 chipset put inside the MacBook Air. The M2 is expected to boost over the M1 by providing a higher clock speed on the current 8 cores on the M1 chipset and an increase of cache as well. The M2 is expected to be around about 20 to 40% faster than M1 with these changes. However, by doing this, it is likely a fan could be needed to keep these higher clock speeds cooler. However, Apple just removed this from the Air in 2020, but they could bring it back in a new design Air body or even invent a brand new cooling system like a vapor system to keep the M2 cool in a MacBook Air. A recent leak has claimed that Apple has booked productions for a new M2 chip set for use in the next generation MacBooks. It is slated to use a 4nm process node, which could be the upgraded version of the M1 to a completely new chipset, the M2. The 2021 MacBook Air will likely feature specs similar to the 2020 model though, so it's likely to keep 8 gigs or 16 gigabytes of RAM. Remember though guys, this is the base MacBook, and also 256 or 512 gigabytes SSD, a Retina display with True Tone, Magic Keyboard, Touch ID, and 2 USB-C ports that can hold USB 4 and also have Thunderbolt 4 inside those USB connections. Like I say again guys, this is the baseline MacBook, so you won't get more ports, you won't get more RAM, and you won't get higher storage. Those are more in line for higher spec MacBooks and Macs. So back to the MacBook Air price. The MacBook Air has been the most affordable option when entering into the Mac family. However, while the current Air will likely continue to start at $999 and we believe Apple will continue to sell this model, it is reported that Apple will sell the next tier of MacBook Air, the 2021 model, at a higher price tag, likely to be $100 more than the 2020 model, so in total it will be $1,099, and that is due to that new design and also those new features and the new chipset. Other changes that we're also expecting is a sharper webcam. The MacBook Air currently features a 720p webcam, which is not very sharp to be honest, but it does have some AI work behind it to clear up the picture. But again, other laptops of the same price give you a webcam of 1080p, and we believe the Air will get this upgrade. We've also been told there will be more colours as well. Right now, Apple offers 3 colours for the MacBook Air in gold, silver and space grey. Just like the iPad Air and also the rumours of the new iMacs with colours, we believe the MacBook Air will be offered in silver, space grey, rose gold and also green and sky blue. So, are you excited about the new MacBook Air 2021 model, and will you be getting one when it comes out? Or maybe you'll be getting another Mac? Let me know in the comments below what model you plan to buy. Well guys, that is the latest and greatest info we have on the MacBook Air line at this stage. If we do get any more info, we will let you know. But don't forget, if you ever liked this video, to press the like button, and of course to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons,